Right now on ABC 10 News at 4 o'clock, reaction coming in over California's vaccine mandate for teachers and staff. One of the largest teachers union in the state weighs in about why they support Governor Newsom's mandate, plus the pushback from some members. And new developments on a fire that broke out at a National City church, the suspected arsonist under arrest, his connection to the church. And we talk with the White House about how the infrastructure bill could impact California.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
The vaccination, we know, prevents people from serious illness. So by getting everybody vaccinated actually keeps our schools open.
We're hearing from one of the largest teachers unions in California about the state's vaccine mandate for educators across the state. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kimberly Hunt, and ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala is joining us now live in Rancho Bernardo, where she spoke to the president of the California Federation of Teachers. What did you learn, Mimi?
Hi, Kimberly. Yeah, the group stopped here at Design 39's campus today to meet with the district's new teachers, talk about school safety, and of course, answer any questions about the union. We did get a chance to meet with the union's president, who tells us he strongly supports the governor's new vaccine mandate. A tour of California schools brought the California Federation of Teachers to Poway Unified's Design 39 campus Thursday, where union reps met with new teachers in the district.
These are all brand new teachers. They get 2 days before all the other teachers get here, talking about the opening of school and becoming a union member.
President of the CFT union, Jeff Freitas, says this is the 4th day of their 2.5-week tour across the state. The union represents more than 120,000 public and private educational employees from Head Start to the University of California. With teachers finally returning to their classrooms in person full-time, he says safety at schools is still a top priority.
We're cautiously optimistic. We are very much aware of the Delta variant, but many of us are vaccinated.
We think this is the right thing to do.
Wednesday, Governor Gavin Newsom announced educators and school staff must provide proof of a COVID-19 vaccination or undergo weekly testing. Freitas says most CFT members are already vaccinated and in strong support of the governor's new policy.
I mean, there's some details we're going to have to work out. Where is the testing going to occur? How do we report the vaccine or vaccination?
But there has been some pushback.
We have heard from a few union members that have disagreed with not only our position on the governor's, but also the governor's policy in general. And we'll work through that, and we'll have a communication about that.
Naomi Lukashevsky is a TK teacher at Pomerado Elementary and a local union rep. She tells us most educators here are simply looking forward to seeing their students again in person next week.
We all want what's best for the kids. I'm thrilled to be back on campus. It's very exciting. I'm looking forward to a great school year.
And Poway Unified students will return to school next week on August 18th. Schools must be in compliance with the governor's new policy by October 15th. We're live in Rancho Bernardo. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Mimi, thank you. And San Francisco will require people to prove they're fully vaccinated for indoor activities. Those include going to restaurants, bars, and gyms. Los Angeles is on the verge of doing the same thing. Yesterday, LA City Council voted to direct the city attorney to draft the ordinance and how they will enforce it. And right now, there is no timetable for when this vaccination ordinance will be officially approved and implemented in LA. If you lost your vaccination card or you don't have a copy, you do have options. The CDC says to get in touch with your vaccine provider to access your vaccination record. Places such as CVS say a new card can be printed. Others, such as Walmart, now provide a digital vaccine record. And you can also contact your state health department's immunization information system. The agency also says to take a picture of your card as a backup. The FDA could authorize a third COVID vaccine dose for the immunocompromised as soon as today. And that is according to ABC News. Tomorrow, the CDC is set to talk about third doses and boosters. From there, the CDC director could give the official green light. Additional doses would be for the immunocompromised who did not have a good initial response to the vaccination. And boosters would be for people who did have a good response, but its effectiveness is now waning.
Topping the newsfeed, healthcare staffers and volunteers at the Department of Health and Human Services are now required to get vaccinated. HHS leaders made the announcement today and say the mandate's expected to go into effect for more than 25,000 workers by the end of September. Eligible parents can expect to receive the next child tax credit check tomorrow. Monthly payments can be as much as $300 per child each month. Some parents will receive a total of $3,600 of child tax credits. Some promising signs now that people are back to work. Number of Americans applying for unemployment benefits just fell for a third straight time. The Labor Department says that jobless claims dropped to 375,000. That is down 10,000 from the previous week. Back in January, those applications topped 900,000.
New developments on a fire that broke out at a National City church this morning. Police arrested a suspected arsonist who they identified as former parishioner Tomas Rancudo. ABC 10 News reporter Marie Cornell explains the church has had previous run-ins with this person.
Once daylight hit, a team of investigators walked around the Church of Christ Iglesia Ni Cristo in National City, looking for damage and evidence that can help them piece together how and why police believe this church was set on fire. They are relying heavily on surveillance video that police say shows a suspect pouring a flammable liquid onto the doors and throwing a lit cigarette onto the spot. After that failed to ignite it, police say the person walked over and lit it manually before taking off in a car. Police tell ABC 10 News the suspect is a former member of the church, adding the church has had run-ins with this person before. It was just after 3:30 Thursday morning when police officers patrolling the area noticed the flames. They pulled over to call for help, and while waiting for crews to arrive, they tried to put out the fire with an extinguisher. Actions investigators believe kept the fire from spreading.
Their quick action of calling it in and getting emergency services rolling, along with that initial extinguishment, for sure prevented it from migrating from where it is today into the interior portion of the church.
Though the physical damage was primarily kept to the entrance of the church, morning services had to be relocated to another location because of the fire. Police say the person in the video is facing a felony arson charge.
That was Marie Cornell reporting. A La Jolla mother agreed to plead guilty in connection to her involvement in the college admissions scandal. Elizabeth Kimmel is the former owner and president of a media company that owned KFMB. She admitted to paying $525,000 to get her children into Georgetown University and the University of Southern California. According to the plea agreement, she will be sentenced to 6 weeks in prison, 2 years of supervised release. She is the 32nd parent to plead guilty in this case. Taking a live look outside as we turn now to our weather, another warm one. It will be hot and humid the rest of the week. Meteorologist Angelica Campos tracking the conditions. Definitely a beach day again today.
That's right, Kim. It is warm, it is sunny, but it's also very muggy. How about thunderstorms? Today, the chance is going to be almost absent across our area as most of the thunderstorms continue to target Arizona, just like it did yesterday. As we look at the current conditions, temperatures will be on the warm side, but not too far away from average. The dew points are averaging close to 60 in Julian, very humid still in the deserts. It's actually more humid in Ocotillo Wells than it is in Oceanside right now. Look at the numbers, 66 versus 60. So a little bit better for those of you in Carlsbad with 58-degree dew points. Our temperatures are in the low 90s in Escondido, Poway, and here's what we are going to see over the next couple of hours. Well, I put the wrong graphic there, but it's going to stay nice and mild through the weekend. We'll be looking at a few changes next week as another round of thunderstorms moves into the county. I'll pinpoint exactly what chances we have of thunderstorms, maybe even making their way into coastal communities once again.
We'll see in a minute.